Welcome to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Farooq Siddiqui, as you can guess. With today's title, Cricket Canada, New Board and New Beginning. Today, we will be talking to the new elected board members of Cricket Canada regarding their vision and plan for their cricketing affairs in Canada. Uh, you can watch the program at the Sports and YouTube and Facebook platform. And please do not forget to ask your question live, and our guests will try to answer your questions. Today's lineup is very important as these people will be responsible for cricketing affairs in Canada for next couple of years, or who knows, maybe more. So let me introduce my today's guest. We'll start with Mr. Rashpal Bajwa, the president of Cricket Canada. He's the past president of Cricket BC, and he was the vice president of Cricket Canada for last couple of years. So Rashpal bhai, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Farooq. Thanks for calling us all on this platform. And as usual, thanks for your support. Thank you very much for this.
Yep. And the next is Mr. Mohammed Rashid Sheikh, Director at Large for Cricket Canada. He is a board member of Cricket Ontario, also is the president of TDCA, one of the big league of Canada. I know Mohammed for a long time. Since I started playing cricket in Canada, we go way back in Labatt League and all that. So Mohammed, welcome to the program.
Thank you. You must remember me for all those sixes I whacked you for.
Yeah, we had some tough games against Brampton Master and Brampton Ground long time ago. When Mohammed was young, I was okay. Then we have Mr. Amjad Bajwa. He's also newly elected director at large. He's the president of Cricket BC for last 4 years. Amjad bhai, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting.
Welcome. And now we go to one of the youngest member of Cricket Canada board, Farhan Khan. He's the general secretary, the vice president of TDCA, the board member of Cricket Ontario, and also the president of Canadian Corporate Cricket League, which is a very unique experience. And I have had so much fun covering those events for the cricket league. So welcome, Farhan.
Thank you, Farooq bhai. I only look young. I'm not that young. But thank you so much for having all of us. I truly appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you very much for you guys. You're taking time out from your busy schedule. And we just want to, have all these faces, bring to our platform and introduce everyone. And we'll see, cricket has been in Canada for a long time. Different boards doing their different responsibility. We want to thank the previous president for their services. So thank you very much, Mr. Ranjit Sani. And now we look forward to the future of Cricket Canada. So we'll start from Mr. Rashpal Bajwa, with all your services previously and now your new role, new look.
Thanks, Farooq. This is a pleasure to be here. First of all, this was a very different kind of a AGM that we had. I want to congratulate Farhan and Amjad Bajwa for joining the board. I haven't had the opportunity to see Farhan. Actually, this is the first time we are getting face to face. So welcome aboard, guys. And obviously, Mohammed, who's been part of this board for such a long time, congratulations to him again. We chat every day, but I think this is after a long time that we are seeing each other. So thanks, Farooq, for getting us all together. This show and this media, I think, is we have to be very thankful to the God, because the time that we are facing through COVID-19, I think this is the only way we can reach the people, communicate with each other. So, I mean, at this moment, I want to thank all the members. First of all, I want to thank Ranjit Sani for his services to Cricket Canada that he has done. He's been part of Cricket Canada for a long time. I want to thank him. I never got the opportunity to do that in person. As you know, the AGM was held virtually. And then to start off with this program, as you said, the people that we have right now on this panel and the people that are not on this panel today, the board members that are not present here, Charles Pace, our treasurer, Ranjit Chaudhary, those are very experienced guys. And I think we have compiled a very good board the kind of board that is diversified and actually has the vision to take this game in a different direction, which is going to be, I think, better for the cricketers all across Canada.
Thank you. Mohammed Sheikh, you're an experienced campaigner, right? From administrating from leagues to province to Cricket Canada. Uh, you have seen pretty much all the presidents and then previous last 20 years what's going on. So what is your take, Mohammed? Like, like it's, like presidents come, presidents go, board come, board go, but cricket must be going on, right? What is your thought? What's you want to do something differently that you wanted to do before, but you didn't get a time or didn't get an opportunity? Now, this is your time. What would you like to be something different?
So you said it best. Cricket was here long before me, and cricket will be here long after me. None of us are invincible. We're just here to do a job. We've been elected by the membership of Canadian cricket to bring respect back to the game. We've all wanted to do many things. Of course, all our goals are to achieve the highest level of playing cricket on the field. With this new board, we look to bring openness, transparency, and inclusion. There's a lot of people out there that would like to volunteer and work for cricket. Some of them have not been given the opportunity. This new board welcomes all of you to come and assist. Keep your eyes out for our Facebook pages, our website, where you'll see all the notices and postings. And we're just looking for some excitement. Many weeks leading up to the AGM, it was very exciting, and we've got some change, and we're looking to capitalize on the change. And as Raspal said, thank you to the past president, Ranjit Saini, past board members. They brought us this far, and now they've handed over the torch to us, and it's for us to keep it going.
Thank you very much. And we have a message, Shiraj Mughal saying salam and thanks for the lovely panel. Yes, it is. It is a very lovely panel. And Amjad Bajwa, I do not have the pleasure yet to meet him face to face. But welcome to the board. And Amjad bhai, you've been involved with Cricket BC for a long time.
Yeah, long time. Yeah.
Yes. So what is your vision and
vice president?
Sure. So what is your vision and what exactly you want to do in the board? Everybody wants to get into the board, but what is your plan? What do you want to do?
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting, and I'll also thank you, Sports Trend, and I like to this opportunity to thank you all the people who helped me to get elected and trusted me with the last 4 years with the Cricket BC president, and also now the director of Cricket Canada, and also who trusted me last 4 years. And it is long journey towards sport I love. And you will see the next 2 years, we have a elected president who has a lot of experience, and he's going to turn around the Cricket Canada next 2 years with that, especially Mohammed is experience last, I don't know how many years he has. And they will turn around, it will be changed, it will be changed Cricket Canada.
Great, thank you very much. And now we'll go towards Farhan. People have a lot of expectation because you are young, you look young, you have a good cricketing experience, you have very good corporate experience. You have innovative ideas. So, but my question is secretary. I didn't heard much in previous boards that what secretary was doing. So, first of all, I want to know what the role of secretary, and then what's your plan to take your responsibility and bring your services out.
Thank you, Farooq Bhai. Again, I think this is a fantastic team. Obviously, the expectations are large, as they should be. So we really hope that we can fill the shoes of all the expectations that are the people have I'll kind of lost for words here, but one, there are a lot of expectations from people. We want to fulfill them as much as possible. We will try to do our best. Now, the experience of this particular team, Rashpal at the helm and Mohammed, both of them I've known for a very long time. if you collect their experience and then put together Ingle and Ranjit Pai and nameless other members, unsung heroes, if you will, put their experience together, I think we'll do a fantastic job. Hopefully, we will definitely need your support to get there. Now, with that said, the role of the secretary, Farooq Bhai, is essentially focused on communication within the organization. So ensuring that the left hand is talking to the right hand, because there are so many fronts that we have to kind of cater to. For example, the external communications, then the internal communications. But really, the secretary is quite an important role, who's making sure that the communications within the team happens, and he works with pretty much every member of the team to ensure that they are kind of fulfilling their portfolio and working with the president and the vice president and of course the general manager to ensure the constitution is followed and all the good stuff.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for your explanation. I like the like right hand talking to the left hand, but I hope the left hand is talking to the right hand in front of the body, not from the behind of the body. So it's just my so like what kind of things you guys like? See, it is a very tough time right now, like taking cricket, Vishal Bhai, especially for as the president, and there's no cricket on the ground pretty much right now. What is next for Canada? What do you think next cricket team will be in action? I think it was September, some tour was ahead. So it's really hard to, like if there's no cricket in the ground, it's really hard to show your progress. But no, we are good luck to you that. So what is the next plan for Cricket Canada? Is there anything in the plate?
I think, Farooq Bhai, this COVID situation is actually a blessing in disguise for the new board. I think it'll give us time to organize because we have a lot of expectations from ourselves, and we want to do things the right way. The way we want to run this board is that everybody should be accountable. I am president. It's just not my duty. It's the duty of the whole board. So this time is going to give us to make those plans even concrete. This board is going to be very inclusive of everybody. This board definitely is not a one-man show. Everybody, the way Farhan said, secretary is in my word, it's the gel that is going to keep the board together, and even the outside provincial members that have put the faith in us to run this organization. So this time that we have right now, yes, obviously we will not be able to show the growth and the right steps that we are taking on the field itself, but at the end of the day, you're not just going to be judged by how the team performs. How we manage those teams are going to be much more important than the structures that we're going to leave behind once we are gone. And the structures that have been there, how we can improve those. Those are going to be very essential for us to have a very successful tenure in Cricket Canada. And I think this COVID situation that is happening right now, that we are not going to get enough time to get on the field and we won't be able to organize a lot of tournaments. Obviously, the biggest loss will be GD20 that we were going to have. Stuff like that is not going to happen on the field. But behind the scene, this will give us an opportunity to actually assemble ourselves, organize ourselves so that we are accountable for everything that we do. When people ask us questions about what we are doing, how we are doing, so this time actually is going to give us that time, this free period, you can say that right now there's no cricket on the field. It's going to give us that time to organize ourselves. And as far as cricket is concerned, I think the first tour that Canada is going to make is to Malaysia. And then again, it's all based on how COVID's going to happen and how the back to cricket is going to be working in our country and in our provinces and all across the world. I think right now England is going to start playing Pakistan, so there'll be a first start of international cricket. So we are looking forward to and excited about it.
Yeah, I think West Indies is already there, so they're going to play them first, and then Pakistan, I guess. So that's great. I'm going to jump into the two very hot topics, which is you all know. Number one is the junior cricket, and the second one is women cricket. I have got so many questions about women cricket, and I've been trying on other programs also too. But if this is your area of the people who are in our panel, please feel free to fill us in, like especially for the women cricket and for the junior cricket. What are the
Farhan
plans?
bhai, just before we head on, we are going to have our first board meeting this week.
Okay.
So the portfolios have not been given right now, so anybody can jump in with their ideas. But as we stand, the portfolios are going to be given a little bit later during this week. So I think that director who's going to handle that might be here, might not be here. So I think generally we will answer those questions to the best of our knowledge.
Okay.
But I think portfolio-wise, except one guy, which is sitting right next to me, Farhan Malik, he's the secretary, that is for sure, and I'm the president, that is for sure. The rest of these guys, the portfolios are not given yet.
Okay. Uh, Mohan by anything because this just to get an idea because the female cricketer, we have female cricketer and they're like very passionate about it in different provinces. And I can show you my inbox and my messages. They've been flooded because they are on their capacity. They're trying their best to play cricket, showcase their talent. Um, Whatever the support they got, they're very thankful to that for the previous whatever. But they will really want to know what is the plan for it. So uh, we can wait one more week. We have waited that long. So
Uh,
what is the plan?
you know what?
So,
I can answer a little. Oh, go ahead, Mohammed.
so I was just going to say that we definitely realize the popularity of women's cricket in Canada, and also the support that they require. It's a little bit of a different game for them. And within Ontario, there's some good programs going on, and Cricket Canada promises to get on board throughout the country, support these programs. We have junior tournaments throughout the country. We have men's tournaments throughout the country. We promise that women will be recognized and they will get their fair shake of the pie.
That's good. Pranbhai, you want to add anything? If you have anything.
Farooq, I think Mohammed and Rashpal both have addressed, but the only thing I'd like to add is that there are larger expectations at play, and I totally understand that. At the same time, I think the onus is on both sides. As cricket players, I've been on that side, and someday I will return to that side, right? The easiest thing is to criticize. But this is a fresh start. Let bygones be bygones. Let's look to the future together. And really, what we should be thinking about is, like the president said, if there are ideas, let's put them on the table. Let's be constructive. Let's figure out what we need to do, what is required, and let's use the process to our advantage. Now that you have a team here who promises to be transparent and hopefully take cricket to the next level, that is indeed our intent. So the only ask here will be that let's look to the future together. If there are good ideas on the table, if there are processes that can be improved, if there is feedback that is constructive by nature and design, that should be put forward, and the team will definitely consider that. That much I can promise you.
That's fair enough. One of the things, like I'm not sure, like we don't have a much agenda for this one, right? We introduction and we just want to bring the people in front. And so one of the question is for the cricket in Canada. It's always there. Only once we had contracted players, right? So what is the future of professional cricket in Canada? You don't have to really give like exact answer, but must have some plan in your mind. What is and then the kids who are they spend a lot of time for going to under 19. If you look at the conversion rate from under 19 to senior team, right, it's not very high. We lost some good talent. So anything on that? Anybody?
I think, Farooq bhai, first of all, Cricket Canada has been going in the right direction for a while, but contracted players, yes, we had a time when we had the contracted players,
Yeah.
but we had the ODI at that time. And going forward, the way GT20 has come in, uh, that thing is very essential for us. We will create role models. At the end of the day, I mean, in the last 2 years, me and Mohammed have been part of this board and been instrumental in getting what was happening to some extent. We had some share in that. And Global T20, when it came here, give the guys an opportunity to play with the professional players, get paid a little bit. And I think it's a small step, but in the right direction. Eventually, it's contracted player is all dependent on what kind of funding you have, what kind of money you have. So it's a long process. The direction that Cricket Canada wants to go is that a kid who's playing cricket in school today should have role models and should have a pathway to be a professional cricketer playing in Canada. That is the pathway that we want to make. What steps we have to take? There's tons of steps, and we will need help from each and every sector. Not only the board is going to be busy in that. Social media wise, you guys will be calling upon a lot. We will have to get the grassroots cricket going in a very aggressively manner. There is no point creating a product and you don't have people to follow it. So the product has to be stronger. So there's a lot of work to be done. But I think at the end of the day, people have to understand that in this board, we will give everybody a fair chance. There will be fair selections. There will be fair opportunities for the kids. Nobody is going to be discriminated. It is not that you're a woman that you're going to get less opportunity from this board, or you're a junior. We're going to concentrate all our efforts on the senior team that we have. So at the end of the day, I think the core belief of this board is that unless we don't get the grassroots going stronger, we cannot have or sustain a product that we're going to have at the top. So that much guarantee, I think all four of us sitting here can give on behalf of the board, that this board is going to be accountable and will be fair to every gender, every uh, sector of people that are playing cricket, even over 50s. I mean, the seniors are playing, we got to be fair to them too.
That's project. I just got a question from Zan Arshad. I don't know what it is, but how do you plan to being more transparent? What steps have been taken to ensure this successfully? It's a question for you. I think this is pretty much what you were saying, but we can
Yes.
elaborate a
I
bit
mean,
more.
transparency is basically that at the end of the day, what we are doing, we should be able to tell you and show you. If there is something being done, this that should have a process in place, which will be on the websites of Cricket Canada. Policies are there, and there will be accountability that are the policies being followed. And we will need input from general public. Everybody can anytime comment on our medias and give us even help on those factors that this is not working. And that's what those policies are there for. We will make sure that the policies are implemented, followed, and checked. And that's how we will show you that we are being transparent, that we are doing things the way they're supposed to be done. And the audit is going to tell people that yes, what we promised, actually we are doing it.
That's perfect. One thing I really appreciate, even the last board lately, and then this board is you guys are not shying from the media, which is very is excellent and it's good for the media because it's pretty much like when you're coming to the front of media, it's being pretty transparent. So we appreciate that and thank you for that. The second is that we know Ontario, like Mama, you're from Ontario, Faran, you are from Ontario. Ontario, there's a big part of cricket played in Ontario. But even though small places, there's not much cricket, but they always complain that we don't get our guys selected into the team. So not exactly selection, but other things. How do you plan to resolve all these kind of issues between small and big provinces?
So to start with, we all know the geography of our country. It's very big. We have cricketers in Newfoundland, and we have cricketers in BC. We we have 5 time zones within Canada. I mean, I could get to London as quick as I can get to Vancouver. So the logistics is difficult for us. Um, the key for us is going to be to try and get more national selection tournaments where everybody can be exposed to all kinds to on a level playing field. So as far as selection, only 14 guys will get selected. So we basically have to, rely on the selectors, and Cricket Canada has to give them the opportunities to showcase their talent. And again, we hope to secure some funding to make these tournaments and these selection tournaments happen.
Good. What about the sponsorship? What is your plan of action towards the sponsorship? I mean, there's quite a few companies that came with Cricket Canada, for whatever reason, if they're in terms or from the end or something. Um, so because sponsorship is very, very essential to run a successful team and an organization. Have you guys looking anything? Or you talking to anyone?
Oh, we most definitely are, and people are actually approaching us at this time. So again, in the end, it's gonna depend on the type of product you put out on the field. Once we start getting back our status, moving up in the rankings in ICC, it will flow. But rest assured, we're always trying to get sponsorship. The previous board had signed up with a professional marketing company to assist us, but obviously there was a little bit of setback with COVID, and the work hasn't stopped. Once this is over, our marketing packages, sponsorship packages will be out, and we'll have a professional team out there knocking on doors, trying to garner this much needed funding. And back to your question of, central contracts, maybe at one point we can bring that back.
That's good. You have a former cricketer, current JT, if he's in England. His question. This is very. It's a good approach. I haven't seen this approach for a long time. He's been asking like, any way former national players can contribute. Any plan for them to get involved? This is something positive I see from previous national players.
So we always try and keep them involved. Any players I speak to, I give them that motivation that for you, you have a certain lifespan of a playing career, but it doesn't stop there. Being Canada, being the young cricketing nation we are, we have lots of opportunity for them to become team managers, coaches, selectors. I mean, as you know, there's the policy criteria for selectors. Not anybody can be a selector. You must have played for your country, first class cricket, etc. So these are the roles for these players. Henry Osinde can be deemed a perfect example. He's played for Cricket Canada for many years. Now he's involved at the coaching level. Surinder Siraj, who used to be a former player for Canada, he's one of the selectors. Farooq Kirmani, probably one of the longest standing captains of Canadian cricket. I think two-time World Cup. Don't quote me on that. For the senior team, he's involved as a junior coach. There's others, and there's been others who have contacted us that have maybe been out of the mix for a little while and said, "Look, we're back in. I got more time. I want to help out. I want to contribute." We'll be looking at all those guys. I'll pass on to Rashpal. I know he's got a very big vision on this.
Yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, when you run an organization on that, you got to think a plan where you can use these ex-cricketers. There's got to be a plan for how you're going to produce the juniors, and there's got to be a plan for the seniors who are leaving the game. At this moment, this board definitely is going to be using the help of any experts that we have. When I say experts, these cricketers know cricket on the field better than us. So all these expertise is definitely going to be used in a day-to-day activity by Cricket Canada board. That is for sure. And the progression of these cricketers from their cricketing life to an administrative side is going to be one of our agenda, that we can actually get these guys from playing field now to the manager side, to the coaching side, and anybody who is interested, who's played for Canada, has the expert knowledge about these things, will not be. If he approaches Cricket Canada, he's not going to be let go. Simple as that. We are here to get inclusive. Not only the ex-cricketers, men, women, anybody who is going to be involved in cricket and playing, they have given enough to the game as a player. There will be a plan for these guys to contribute after their playing times, for sure.
That's a great news for because always the previous players or ex-players, they're always the asset for the country who played for. I have a question. Tony McCartis, can each member of the panel indicate to which 3 to 5 concrete object they would personally most likely to see fulfill within the next 2 years by the end of their first term? So it's Tony question, like any 3 to 5 things which you want to see in your first term get accomplished.
I think I'm going to start off with there should be a structured cricket for women. In Canada, we do not have structured cricket for women all across Canada. There's a bits and pieces. So I think that is one of the agenda that we have to accomplish in the next 2 years, that we can give a platform where these women can actually play on a regular basis the way men are playing all across Canada. And when I say there might be a structured cricket in Toronto, it is not there in the rest of the country. So I think a structured cricket for women is one of the things that we have to make sure that by the end of this 2 years, that is accomplished. And inclusiveness, that you will see that from day one, anybody and everybody will be included in this, and we will not be, the way you said, we are not shy to come on the media. We will not be shy to come on the media even future, because we will come here and answer those tough questions that you'll have for us, and we will have the answers why we did it and why we didn't do it. Let's I'm going to give the chance to the other guys to add on some.
So I like to see that our marketing and promotion is expanded. Our social media presence it's already there. We have quite a following, but creating more content. This question was actually asked by Mr. Tony McQuabb, but he's assisting us very nicely in that aspect. He creates our press releases and at a very timely basis. So we're looking for him to keep up that good work, and we're just looking for more coverage. We want to become, get into the mainstream media, and we want cricket to be at the tip of everybody's tongue. Of course, GT20 has helped us in that matter. A lot of people at my work know that I'm involved with cricket, and everybody talks about cricket. Many people disappointed that due to COVID, GT20 couldn't come, and this is cricket lovers and even new people that just got into cricket a couple of years ago because of GT20. We'd like to create some promotion of products. Looking forward soon on our website, you'll see a little bit of a Cricket Canada store where you'll be able to purchase T-shirts and other memorabilia, where you can proudly wear your Cricket Canada colors. All these things we're looking to, fast track. And while there's a bit of a break from on field, it gives us a chance to catch up on this kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to, even further boosting our social media. The ones that have been following us, you've noticed that we've run a few contests, T-shirt giveaway. Stay tuned. Some more nice products are coming up. We're just getting ready for those contests. And those were very popular. People were very excited. We were a little slow in shipping, again, due to COVID, but people were anxiously awaiting their prizes. And I'm sure they're all, proudly wearing their Cricket Canada T-shirts, all the winners. So that's what I'm looking for.
Amjad bhai. Okay. We cannot hear you, Amjad bhai. Amjad Bajwa, we cannot hear you.
You're probably on mute, sir.
No, he's not. Something is all right. I think while he's fixing, Farhan bhai.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I'll go while Amjad bhai is fixing technical difficulties. That's a loaded question. Thank you.
Can you just exit and come back? Maybe that will solve your problem. Just exit and come back. And Farhan, you can continue.
All right. Thanks. So Tony, excellent question. Adding on to what the president and Mohammed have said, I think one of the key things that I'm interested in is transparency. I know Rashpal has already kind of alluded to it, but we will be more, hopefully we will be a communicative organization. Again, President has talked about the fact that we'll come here gladly again to answer any questions. The couple of things that are also important to me are, as you would appreciate, this is strategic administration. There are two parts to it. There is some technical stuff, and you will see the results immediately. But then there is a strategic part to it. I encourage, I'm sure most of the cricket enthusiasts out there have seen this Amazon Prime show called Test. It shows, how the Australian team bounced back from the very ultimate lows of their career as a team. And there were reasons. Regardless of the reasons, the point is that they had a whole strategy going. And this is true for any organization that exists today. So while we are talking about all of these wonderful things in the tactical sense, I would also appreciate and encourage all of you out there to support us as cricketers while we do this work. But I assure you that what we do today, you will see good results of it within 2 to 5 years' time. Whether that's women's cricket or junior cricket or senior cricket or simply the administration of cricket itself. And with respect to the Cricket Canada, and in recognition of the work that they have done, I do want to appreciate all the past workers because if you look at it, yes, we talk about the negative a lot. Our focus typically focuses on the negative a lot. But if in terms of accomplishments as cricket in Canada, you have to pay respects to the team that made GT20 happen. You have to you have to recognize the fact that international cricket was brought on to our into our home, and that also gave opportunity to our young blood like Nitesh, like Saad bin Zafar, Rizwan, and all that. All these folks are now playing in various parts of the world because they got this platform to shine upon. So I'm sharing these examples to one, highlight the good work that has been done by the past teams and a lot of unsung heroes. Two, that it takes time for anything to mature and show results. So while we are doing this, please appreciate the fact that we are starting. And like the president said, we will be here to answer any questions. But while tactical results may show shortly, there will be strategic results that will show up in the long term. And I hope that we can communicate to you at appropriate times to keep you abreast with all the work that we are doing.
Thanks,
Thank
Farhan,
you.
for your answer. Anjali, can you hear us?
Okay, can you? Yeah.
Sure.
So
Please
is
go
it
ahead.
okay now?
Yes, we can hear
Actually,
you.
like to see the national championship, like a senior and also that the junior women's cricket at because we play in the west and also east, and that's it. Like the Western T20 and Eastern 20, we should have a national T20, and also I think and second we should work on that dispute we having within provinces. Like we should solve these problems, and that there's a lot of money spent on these disputes with the legal issues. We're going to work on those things for next 2 years, and just let it just have a less expense on those things, and we can save those money to and spend on that cricket towards cricket.
That's excellent. Yes, this is one of the point I also got in the government, like how you guys will planning to resolve all these disputes between small cricket associations or leagues or whoever is uh, in different provinces. Because see, everybody loves all these people love cricket and they want to play cricket. So I'm not sure what the background of that, but hopefully, as Amjad Bajwa says, like the cricket should be the winner. In there, you can have some period in those provinces. Uh,
I think right
there
now
is
we have
one,
enough time.
should go ahead.
We have enough time because cricket's not going to in the field. We can solve all these problems when we start the next fresh season.
Now that'll be great because I've seen different provinces. There's one province is girls women cricket is really strong, but they were having some issues. We're not going to talk about that right now, but maybe one day we will. Um, there is a comment from somebody which is not his real name. His suggestion is that you pick boys from 15 to 21 from different leagues and you know pool them and then have a like a team. I think that's the same concept for the HP. Um, what is the main concept of the HP program? High performance. How this works? Recall that you have worked with HP program for a long time. So
If you call 6 months long time, that is long
I don't
time.
know.
But then
Okay.
again, I I I got involved with HP for the last 6 months, and we have developed a document that was presented at the AGM, and the whole purpose of HP, or you can say developing elite players, is to have a proper pathway. So our first objective is going to be to make sure that we have the trained coaches all across Canada. There is no point training the boys if the coaches are not trained themselves. So this COVID has slowed down few things. Otherwise, our first item on the agenda was to get all the coaches from the provinces trained by professionals so that we have trained professional coaches in every province that can coach. And that was not only men; it was going to be men and women coaches, so that we have the coaches. So HP, in a sense, is a program where we can actually get the guys trained at the same level with the same consistency throughout the country, and the guys should have a defined pathway going all the way how to go to Cricket Canada senior team. So there should be a national tournaments, there should be emerging play tournaments. So there's an extensive document that was made in February with the help of Ingle and and the treasurer itself, how it can be funded with the kind of funding that we have. It will be a public document eventually. Once it starts getting implemented, once we start sitting on the board and start executing the decisions that the documents that we have made and start executing them, people will see a defined HP document on our website in the coming next month.
Great, thank you. And there's one more. It's a little long question from Tony Maffett. The further final question from me is: what are the panel thoughts on establishment of annual national championship for both men and women teams? And secondly, how important is it for Canada to have a cricket stadium as a home base for Canada national team and a hosting venue for international matches and tournaments?
I think we already have a national championship that has been on and off. I think that has to be streamlined. Um, we used to have National Championship League earlier, which was part of the HP program about 6 years ago. If Tony is talking about that, we don't have the money for that. We won't be able to do it till we don't get the money in the bank. And obviously, there has to be a tournament. We will definitely have a national tournament, which will include all the provinces for men and women. That was in the plan, and that will be part of the program going forward. And it should be a consistent program. It should be a consistent tournament that should happen every year. And no matter which board comes in, whoever is running the organization or whoever is in charge of that. And I think once the portfolios are given, those portfolio directors should come back to your show, and then they can actually explain to you much in detail that what exactly are we're going to be doing this year as far as the national championships are concerned. And international, what Tony was saying, yes, we totally agree with that.
Okay. Anybody else want to add anything, Naman?
So you mentioned the cricket stadium that is being worked on. That will open up many avenues for us. As you know, when we did play any international cricket here back in the day, for those who remember the Sahara Cup, the popularity of it, and then most recently the Alberta Cup, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe, and Canada, 10,000 people strong. It just goes to show you the need for a stadium, and I think we can most definitely attract good games here to Canada if that happens. And the board is working with multiple cities and, of course, the federal government. That's one of our goals for the very, very, very near future, to hopefully see a cricket stadium in Canada.
I think in last couple of years in different leagues, we heard that the league will be on a certain level, will be monitoring the coaches, qualified coaches. Is that something in the action plan for the cricket board, or this is just on an individual level for each league?
Coaching certification, starts at the top. Coaching certification, umpiring certification from Cricket Canada down to the provincial body. It's not something that really should be left up to the leagues. The leagues will have base. It's the provincial body, the national body should be taking care of the coaching and identifying coaches and getting them the different levels of certification. We do have quite a few coaches that have now come in here from other countries with a lot of experience in full member nations. So again, we're looking to capitalize on that. Um, first we got to create a structure, a proper structure, one that we can administer, and then start slowly from there. Rashpal has put together. This was prior to him becoming president. He had put together quite an extensive HB program. It was shared with the board and the members, and very soon, like you said, once the portfolios are handed out later this week, those members can share with the general public, and that's part of our commitment to transparency. That you will know more often of what's going on within the board. I mean, there's a lot that goes on, but because it's not publicized or it's not shown to everybody, the public might think that nothing is happening. Far from the truth.
Okay. So there's few people in previous, I think 4 or 5 months ago, they tried to organize a coach, I think it was level 1 or 2 um, coaching camp or something like that, course actually, ICC level 2 coach or 1 coach. What is the pathway from Cricket Canada? If a club wants to do it or a league wants to do it, how can they do it?
So there has been an absence of that. Inga Liebert, our general manager, is the one that usually takes care of that. He's run a few of those certification camps, and we're hoping that we can increase the frequency and get maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and more so spread across the country, so everybody gets that opportunity. It has been lacking, I'll admit to that, but the fact that you brought it up, it is on our agenda to get the proper certification for the coaches.
Right. Thank you. This is a comment from Karun that me as a former player putting my hand up in the live call to involve with the development of the team as per earlier point. We will wait for the response. Thanks, Karan, for your call, and I think the board members will do take a note of it. And if your service is required, and then if your skills matches somewhere, they will most definitely will give you a call. So we are already into 47th minute of our program, and we will try to stick to our schedule 1 hour. And so we have 30 minutes, so we'll start wrapping it up a little bit. So until we'll take another question or two in next 5 minutes. Till then, we'll start going to the panels. Anything you guys want to discuss or make public?
So I just want to expand on Farhan's point that this is an 8-member board and one general manager. Canadian cricket has one paid individual in all of cricket. Of course, the coaches and so on, while they're on tours or while they're running camps, they'll get the odd honorarium. This cannot be done by 9 people. We need the support of all the cricket lovers in this country. When something negative happens, of course, everybody's going to talk, and you're free to talk. We're not looking for, like Ashwal said, we'll be back again. We're hoping we'll be back again when the team wins. But in the rare things that it loses, we'll still be here. We're not going to hide from it, right? But we need support from the membership. It doesn't make sense to air our dirty laundry in public. We need to support each other. And yes, negativity will keep us accountable. And we're promising we're going to be accountable. But, we've gone through some negativity in cricket for a little while. We need to boost the sport. We need to give the positive outlook, and we need to show the world that we're united and that we're looking to take this right back where we came, to ODI status.
Yeah, before we go to the wrap up, there is quite a few of the players have very casually has bring up this point. What are you guys will be doing to improve relationship with the players, past players, current players, future players, and in the COVID, when nobody is contacting each other, what is your plan to get in touch with everyone because there's no games going on? Like other boards I have seen, especially Pakistan, India, so they've been doing web gatherings. for the whole their whatever the players they have in pool 40, 30, 50 players. Do you guys have any plan like that? Because Sportsman can offer assistance on that. So you can.
So, as the director formerly in charge of team programs, shortly after COVID hit, our senior team is involved in virtual training and virtual coaching. They've had one, maybe two Zoom sessions, and there's discussion of another one coming up again soon. So it's a professional company that's doing this.
Sure.
So we haven't totally stopped the communication. And when you say player relations, it's a matter of opinion of how a player is treated. We have no intention in the past or in the present of ever disrespecting any player who's made his sacrifices and played for cricket. But ultimately, they have to understand our explanations too. That only 15 guys can get selected, and if you don't get selected, that doesn't mean we disrespected you.
Right. That's good enough. And I think we're in the last 10 minutes of the program. So I'll going around and taking, your closing remarks. I will start from Mr. Amjad Bajwa.
Thank you again for inviting, and it was very looking forward to next 2 year working with these guys, this new president and also the Muhammad and Farhan, and it's gonna be next 2 year will be positive cricket gonna start. Thank you for again inviting for your sports trend. Thank you.
Farhan bhai.
Thanks again, Farooq Bhai, for having us all. This is a great opportunity, and I do want to thank you especially because I think I've said it to many people. Sensationalizing and being a journalist are two different things. It's very easy to sensationalize stuff, especially which is negative. It is very hard to report on facts and keep things positive. And Sports Trends definitely has done that. So thank you for keeping it that way, and I hope you will keep it that way. The couple of other things that we have already talked about is we want to be more transparent, which includes more communication, and that also talks about the other point of how you want to connect to the players and all that great stuff. At the end of the day, if we are more communicative and we are talking more, hopefully we'll be able to stay in touch with everyone. My only request as I close is from my end is for all of us to be positive and all of us to be more supportive. Like Mohammed said, things are not always going to be positive. Things, you're not always going to win, but we've got to get a realistic stock of the present, where we are, what we have accomplished, and where we do want to go. Again, that Amazon Prime show is going to give you a lot of examples of how the obstacles when you're trying to rise, they're going to be obstacles. We have had some really good success. Right now, we're not in the greatest place, but we only have up from here to go. So in that journey, please be positive. All constructive criticism is welcome, but let's just please keep it constructive, and let's all be accountable, not just the board, but all the players out there. When you have feedback and you critique, just keep it in perspective, and let's bring out some constructive and feedback and positive criticism. That's all I request of you. Again, thank you so much for putting your faith into this boat, and we hope to do you proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Farhan. And before I go towards Mohammed Sheikh, I have a couple of comments. Is Shah Zafar saying, Shah Zafar, they're very encouraging to hear a very positive and visionary comments from everyone. Cricket Ontario will play its share in helping bring the glory days back. Thank you, Shah Zafar. He's the president of Cricket Ontario. The second comment is from Vatish Abhulkar. Challenging time during COVID-19, and all cricket lovers wish you guys all the best. And then
Thank you.
Niall is saying, then good to see President come out in the media and his board answer some question, and we look forward for the many more. Thank you very much, because as a presenter, it is for me. I am very delightful to see these kind of comments when we get this kind of comment, because I know, and as we said, all these boards are working voluntarily, and Muhammad just said there is like about 8 people and on the board, and there's only one person who is working full time. So all these comments, guys, is encouraging comments is always welcome, and it is very work as a very morale boosting. So thank you very much for the people who are making them comments. Mama Shin,
Um, well, thank you to the people also for tuning in and giving us the opportunity to speak to them. Without them listening to us, we'd just be talking to ourselves. So, I mean, the same way we took our time to talk to you, you folks all took your time to listen to us. I'm sure many more will listen to this broadcast when it's reposted online. Um, the very near future, next 3 or 4 months, we have tasks ahead of us. For everybody, you mentioned the team. We have to make sure we're prepared because ICC at any point, if there's any opportunity for cricket to open up, there's a few pending just towards the qualification for the T20. There's also the Challenge Cup that was in Malaysia last year, was supposed to be Malaysia this year also, which I can proudly say that we're topping that table at the moment, and we hope to continue topping that table. So again, just thank you to everybody. Looking forward to this board, and as always, Farooq Bhai, for your wonderful media coverage that you continuously provide for us and for cricket and for cricket lovers here and there. We're totally indebted to you for doing this for us. Thank you very much.
thank you, Mohammed Bhai. And there is one last comment we're taking. Tony McQuaid says, "Good show, excellent answer provided by each and every one of the panel member. Kudos to Farooq for hosting." Oh wow, nice, thanks, Tony. Finally, uh, what I paid to Tony, and Tony, remember me too. So thank you. Now to Rashpal Bhai for your closing remarks, please.
Farooq, thank you very much for having us on this show. First of all, this show, I want to thank you guys because this is giving me an opportunity to thank a lot of people that I wanted to thank for all the members of Cricket Canada that have showed their faith in my hands that I can lead this organization. My biggest thing that I would say the utmost important thing for me is to bring the integrity of this organization back. I can guarantee people that we will run this board in a way where you will not be feeling that we are doing something against the integrity of this organization, which we all are part of. So, and I want to thank all the members for showing their trust in us. This journey is not going to be a small journey, and the way all the other board members have said that, especially Mohammed, that we are only 8 board members, one paid employee. Please be patient. It's not going to be a sprint. It's going to be a marathon, but this marathon is not going to take 56 years. We will try to deliver earlier. But at the end of the day, we want your support and patience. The biggest thing is we will be transparent. We will make sure we will hold ourselves accountable for the actions that we take on your behalf. When the team is winning or losing, we will be here answering your questions. We will learn from our mistakes that we have done in the past, and we will not repeat them again and again and come back to you and ask for your support and your patience. And I think at the end of the day, this board will work as a unit because I guarantee you one thing, that everybody will be given their proper roles. People will be educated on what we are doing. And at the end of the day, we all are cricketers and we love the sport. And the reason why we are here, we will make sure that sport doesn't feel ashamed of us. We will make this sport and this organization proud. And then, Farooq Bhai, I just want to thank you. You're doing an excellent job, and hopefully we can do more shows like this. And not only that, we will come back, we will get better even answering those questions, and we will be getting better in presenting this show. So not only your show is gonna grow, we are also gonna grow with you. Thanks a lot again, and I want to thank all the other guys for making me talk less, because one thing I can guarantee you, that I will not have long speech. When I start talking long, then that's probably that I've had few drinks, so I won't be talking too long most of the time. I will be short and crisp, but I will be effective. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for reselling, and Karan, for your comments. And once again, we have 25 seconds left for the program time, and we'll be on time, inshallah. So thank you very much again, Amjad Bajwa, Farhan Khan, Mohammed Sheikh, Rashpal Bajwa, for taking your time out. I know it's just a beginning, and you guys will do a tremendous job. And for the people who are watching this, thank you very much for all the comments, and continuously a lot of people are watching this program. The recording will be available on Facebook and YouTube, and also on Sports Trend TV. We're going to run it 3 times a day for next 1 week. But this program, as I said always, this is not the first and last program with Cricket Canada. Will be more programs, and definitely when we'll have they have their meeting and they have their agenda set, and the people who are responsible for the department, we will try to bring them back. With that, you know, um, amazing show. That's all I get. Hats off to you guys. Big responsibility ahead. There are a lot of people looking towards you guys, especially the cricket lovers and the people who want cricket to grow in Canada, including myself. So with that, everybody, thank you very much. Have a pleasant night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.